All right, guys, welcome back to our little mini series of reviewing the game weeks. Game week 2 review, and what a week it was! Record breaking week, record breaking week.
There's just goals, and then they
It
thought,
was just goals.
we need some more goals. So they have
And
more goals. There's just so many goals.
we'll jump straight into it. Everton, West Brom. Everton went
Goals.
1-0 down, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes, they did in the
they did.
10th minute. It was a great goal, to be fair. And it was it was 2-2 at one point. And I was thinking, oh, it's going to be like a 3-2, 3-3. It'll be after the first four. I was like, oh, they're not going to do anymore. And then Everton just went, well, just score loads now.
Well, it was a combination of that and Kevin Gibbs just,
Yeah,
decided to
yes,
completely lose his head and,
he did.
push someone's face off.
I was just, yeah, he just attacked.
Pretty normal thing to do.
He attacked James for no reason. Like, James slightly nudged him. I was like, you're in the Prem. It's like the most physical league. And
Yeah,
you got slightly nudged. And then we discussed this when the game was happening. With Bilic got sent off as well. The only reason for me it is the red card is, as people were saying, he went on the pitch and everything.
I thought it was interesting, like the debate of, well, if his changing room was in the tunnel, then he would have had a chance to say a few words to the ref anyway. But it was kind of the fact he'd gone specifically to speak to the ref before, and obviously their changing room was in the car park on the other side of the pitch. So it was like, well, it technically shouldn't be going up to the ref. I don't know. I thought it was a little bit harsh to just give him a red card straight up. To be honest,
It was.
Well, they got back to 5-2 in the end, and I think it's going to be a long season for West Brom.
It will be. It will be. Calvert-Lewin looks very good.
I'm going to get onto my fantasy team later. But let's just say I've had another stinker, and I've just gone. Something can't be asked. Wild card. 2 weeks in, it's been played. It's been played.
Honestly, but I played my wild card as well for the game week that just happened, and I sat there for 5 minutes going, Vardy, Calvert-Lewin, Vardy, Calvert-Lewin. Picked Vardy, didn't I?
Well done. That's good. Well done.
He looks good, and I think Gareth Southgate should be looking at him.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Definitely agree.
Next game, Leeds 4-3 against Fulham. The two clubs that came up. Goals. Leeds almost bottled it from 4-1 up.
Oh, mate, honestly, they were cruising. I was like, oh, here we go, Leeds. Fantastic.
I thought it was going to...
we'll make it entertaining. Mitrovic just thought, come on then.
When they got their fourth and it was 4-1, I was like, that's going to be 6. Because Fulham did not... And then suddenly, as you said, Fulham was like, right, we'll score some goals now as well. And what annoyed me again was I took out Bamford and put Rodrigo in. Because I thought, maybe they'll play... But hey-ho.
Good move.
Yeah, I know. As you said, shockers. And it's week 2, I'm already giving up.
All I'm going to say is, there's normally a team every year that's like obviously not Liverpool, who I support, and not one of the established top 6, but an outside team where I'm something. I'll watch quite a lot of their games this year because they look quite fun, and I think Leeds are definitely going to be that team this year. Where I'm just if they're on, I'll watch them.
My girlfriend and her dad support Leeds, so I will be watching them all the time. And every time Leeds play, he messages me, and it's quite interesting. It was quite funny because he was like, "Oh, we're cruising," and then he suddenly goes, "What a game! Oh shit!" when it got to 4-3. But Leeds, they were unlucky against you to not get a point, and they lost 4-3. And this time they went, "Oh, we'll win 4-3." And I think, as you said, for West Brom, it'll be a long season for Fulham, and Leeds. Yeah. I think Leeds will do quite well.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Next game made me very happy, very, very happy.
Can I guess which one it is?
3-1 Palace.
Oh, I didn't even need to. I just knew.
Before we get on to how good Palace were against how bad United were, firstly, did you see the game?
I think I was washing up at the time. Not for 90 minutes. That'd be a pretty mad washing up session. I think, I'm just there with 70 pots, just washing, come on. By the way, if I sound really weird tonight, I'm absolutely knackered. It was my 22nd birthday yesterday, so I've been really hungover all day. So just throwing it out there if I'm chatting shit, because it's probably going to happen today more than normal. I saw the goals and stuff, and Zaha was just silky one.
Zaha
It's
was
so good.
unbelievable, but what I wanted to ask you, well, the reason I asked you, did you see it all? I mean, even if you saw the highlights, did you see Ayu's penalty? What like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what on earth was that? And then obviously with the new law, De Gea was off his line and had to be retaken, and Zaha slotted it away. But what is that?
Is it? I just love that you had your Gary Neville, you just his usual.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh. But
ooh.
take nothing away from Palace because they were phenomenal.
Oh, they were class.
Man United. If people look at how Palace played, this was at Old Trafford as well.
Yeah,
It could be obviously not going to be a struggling season for United. They do have the class to be up in the top half and the top six, but it could be against the middle table teams like a Palace and stuff. It could be challenging for them, and people, if they watch the Palace one, will play with no
yeah.
fear. And I,
I think the only positive, like as a United fan, you could take out of it. I spoke to a few of my mates who are United fans, and they said like the only decent part of that entire game was the fact that Van der Beek scored, and
yeah,
that's it. That's
yeah.
literally it. So
I'm going to make a bold claim, and I think that
I'm sorry.
Leeds.
What can I say?
I think that Leeds will do the double over Man United.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, I think Leeds will do
Oh,
the double over Man United.
I'm gonna have to make a new signing instead of having ball claim, put extra ball claims. That's up there. That is.
And I think,
Jesus.
especially for Leeds fans, obviously their rivalry with United, coming back up and doing that, and they, from how they play against you and Fulham and everything, if they hold compact more, they could easily.
Mm, mm, mm. I
But
like it. It's
yeah,
out there. You know
it
something.
is. It is. It's out
As
there.
far as bold as ball claims go, I'll give that a solid 10 out of 10 for boldness.
Final game of the Saturday fixtures: Arsenal, West Ham.
Right,
Less
I'm going to
goals.
be honest. This is
Yep.
the only game on Saturday I didn't see
You
because
didn't
here's,
miss much.
here's, a, here's a short tail of story for you. Entered the Instagram competition the other week, won a free bottle of Prosecco at this bar. I was like, brilliant, love a bit of Prosecco. Got there, didn't have a bottle of Prosecco, even though I'd won that. So they gave me 4 pints in this big pint jug anyway. It was Pilsner, absolutely rank. Didn't drink any of it, pointless going. So yeah, that's my further story.
You didn't really miss much. Arsenal got
Oh, that's good.
Aubameyang played a lovely ball to Lacazette for the first goal, and West Ham did well to fight back at the equaliser. And then nothing in the second half. No one really created chances. And then, as West Ham were tiring, Arsenal got a breakaway. And you've played FIFA. Most people play FIFA. It was a sweaty cross the goal, open goal for Nketiah, and they win 2-1. Nothing really to say. Arsenal get the points, but West Ham
I,
deserved a draw from it.
I'm gutted I missed that game. Yeah. It
We
sounds
move.
great. I was enjoying Pilsner instead.
We move on to Sunday. First game of Sunday. Tottenham Southampton.
Oh mate. Oh mate. It was a corker, wasn't it?
It was absolutely phenomenal. Well, I didn't see all of it, and I kept looking at the Premier League app and seeing who's scored and everything. And I just say Son assisted Harry Kane. Son assisted Harry Kane. Son assisted. I'm like, all right, boys, can't like. I
Your
mean,
phone's just like broke.
yeah, I generally did think that at one point. I just thought the same notification kept coming up.
Yeah.
But
But I like seriously like I've given Kane a bit of not shit, but like I've like kind of said, oh, apart from goal scoring, which I know sounds stupid because he's a striker and that's what he should do. Like I don't think he's been like offered a great deal amount more, and that might be quite fucking a stupid thing to say. But to be fair to him in this game, he was on one, and I think
yeah,
that was like it ties in as well with how like badly Southampton were defending. But like he picked the ball up and straight away he just looked to put a ball through over the top, and Son
yeah,
would just get onto the end of all of them, and it happened literally 4 times that game, and it was so good, and they could have scored more,
they
but
could have.
like
And
they were so good to watch.
I think with the addition of Gareth Bale now,
Oh,
that
Gareth
front,
Bale.
the front three of Son, Kane, and Bale is gonna be. I've been reading stuff being like, "Oh, Bale's past it." People have in their minds
Nah.
that Bale's.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not having that.
I'm like,
I'm not having that.
I'm not having that. The reason Bale for those people is past his prime is because Zidane wouldn't play him.
I mean, look at James. Look
Yeah.
at James.
Yeah, past his prime. Shut up. He's come to the. Everyone's like, oh, James won't be able to do it in the Prem. He's come. He's absolutely. I know it was only West Brom, but he looked so calm. And yeah. But I think that with the addition of Bale, with Mourinho's style as well, it'll work very well. And I think this could be the year that Tottenham get close to that trophy, maybe even get the trophy. But if they don't, I think Kane's got to go for his own career.
Yeah, for Tottenham, it's like Carabao Cup season, baby.
Yep.
Bring it in.
Right, next game, I believe, yes, Newcastle-Brighton. 3-0 Brighton.
I'm trying to think what happened in this. My brain's absolutely frazzled. There's just so many goals everywhere.
Well, Brighton scored their first 2 goals in 7 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that was
blew Newcastle away and then just held it. Newcastle were pressing them, but couldn't get the goal. Connolly scores late on before Basuma got sent off and ruined my fantasy.
Oh, yeah, but Basuma just decided to just kung fu kick someone in the face.
He ruined my fantasy football even more. I was like, great, thanks. But it was good from Brighton, and if they keep that up, they'll be fine. And if Newcastle keep that up, they won't be fine.
Now we're on to Brighton. I might cry. I'm actually going to cry, mate.
He's getting lost. He's leaving.
I can't believe he's leaving. Dale Stevens is leaving Brighton.
I can't. I'm so happy.
I'm so sad. I'm borderline tears right now. I can't tell you.
No, I am so. Oh, Jack has just joined us. But I'm so happy. Like,
if the man doesn't get a testimonial,
what do you mean a testimonial? He's done nothing for the club.
He needs a testimonial.
There's no testimonial. No.
There's a Dale Stevens.
Yep.
How did you guess?
We'll get on. Well, next game, the big game of this game week. People thought Chelsea, Liverpool.
Oh yeah, come on.
First half, nothing really happened, and then Christensen was like, "I like playing rugby."
Oh mate, come on though! What a ball that was from Hendo.
It was a great ball by Henderson.
I was like,
and then as soon as the ball happened, I was like, "Yeah, something's going to happen. Either it's going to, the keeper's going to attack him, or the defender's going to attack him, and the defender just decided to attack him." And then after that, I think you may have paid Kepa at half time.
You don't need to pay Kepa. He's just like that.
Yeah,
he is so shit. It's absolutely beyond belief.
He is, and it goes back to, I believe we said in a previous one when I was quoting the Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher when they were talking about him, and it's just like they're not going to get anywhere. Like, he's awful. I don't get how they thought 75 million was like.
I completely forgot he's on a 7-year contract. He's 2 years into it. He's there for another 5 years.
They got fleeced. Atletico Bilbao completely fleeced them, and Chelsea don't get done. I think it was Carragher said this. Chelsea don't get done in the transfer market. They got done here. I thought
it was weird though. Like when I saw it announced, I remember I was in Barcelona at the time, and it just came through as a notification saying, "Oh, Chelsea is spending 75 million on Kepa Arrizabalaga," and I was I've never heard of this guy in my life.
I didn't know who he was. I had no idea who he was.
My only experience of him was buying him on FIFA career modes. That was it.
I honestly had no idea
a good sign.
Was. And then they've gone and got Mendy, and I'm like, "Who are you? How's he going to fix your goalkeeping problems?" I mean,
he's got very big hands.
It can't be worse.
It can't be worse. But they were linked with Oblak, and now they've just gone Mendy will do. But
yeah, because you're going to have to pay about an extra 150, 200 million for Jan Oblak.
Yeah, but
to be fair, Chelsea this season, they probably would have done it.
They would have definitely done it.
But no, going back to the game, like at half time, and I was shocked because I thought Thiago might get like 10 minutes or something, right? For Klopp to put him on at half time. Because normally, like when we get like a high profile signing, like when Van Dijk came in or like Fabinho came in, Klopp's taken a long time to like integrate them into the team. A few weeks, never like just throw them in the deep end. Brought on Thiago at half time.
Did he not? He scored
No,
against
he played. No, he played in an FA Cup game, but like league game, he didn't play in for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I
Is what
remember.
happened. But yeah, Thiago, mate, came on at half time. You would have thought he'd been playing for us for about 5 years. He was just.
Did you see?
I know he gave away a penalty. But
it was saved, so
that was soft
fine.
as shit.
It was saved, but it was fine.
But
Did you see the photo of when he was on the? I believe it was when Mane was fouled, and there's that shot of where your players are sitting, and Thiago was like off his feet, just screaming, and I was like, he's already part of the club.
My guy.
Right, last game of Sunday, Leicester, Burnley, 4-2 Leicester.
How far into this are we?
We only have Monday left, so we will go back. I will go back to your club's game after this one just to get your review on it.
I don't think he wants to. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, Jack,
no. I want to.
You can listen back when this goes up and hear my very, very bold claim. I won't tell you what it is. Do listen back and you'll hear my bold claim.
It's the boldest claim I've ever heard.
Leicester 4-2. Guess who? As we said earlier, I was between Vardy and Calvert-Lewin. Chose Vardy. I was like, yeah, Burnley, he'll score some goals. No, he didn't.
He didn't do anything. They scored 4 goals and he didn't score one.
I know. Every time I saw Leicester scoring, I was like, Vardy, no. But to be fair, I didn't see this game.
No.
So all I can say is, well done, Leicester. You went top. You scored lots of goals and you won. Well done.
You sound like that. The geezer I've come down with me. He's like not one. Like, well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Hopefully you can buy some class on the court.
We will go back to
my house.
Go back to the Man United Palace, and as we've said our thoughts on it, we'll just go to Jack. And I mean, I did say this earlier, but you're trash. Now proceed.
Do I just have the floor here then?
Yeah. You go right ahead.
Right, hold on a minute.
He's going to down it.
Yeah.
No.
What you don't know is there's lots of empty bottles in front of him because he knew this was coming.
Yeah, I didn't even watch any football on Sunday because I'm on strike at the minute. Right. One by one. First of all, the first penalty that De Gea has saved in about 5 years, and that his foot is on the line. You look at it; his foot is actually still on the line. Pagan.
Yeah. But I think VAR looked at Jordan Ayew's penalty and went, "That's awful. So we'll give you another chance."
What I find mental is the fact that when you go to do the retake, it doesn't have to be the same person retaking it. I think that's mad.
I was
it happened. They thought, well, he's shit. We won't let him take another one, so we'll get someone else.
We'll get Zaha, the best player we have, to just kick right.
Right. Timbo did not play well at all. Wan-Bissaka should have been playing. Ollie got that one completely wrong.
I was so confused by Wan-Bissaka. Because for the first goal, it was down that side. And I was just like, Wan-Bissaka probably would have tackled you by now.
Yeah, but it might have been down that side, but the reason that the goal was conceded was because our left back, who I won't name because I don't want to, he decided not to track his man.
Luke Shaw.
Can I just say, right, and I don't know how this is I've never known this. I only found out tonight when we were watching football. Tambia told me that Luke Shaw's on 195 grand a week.
Try 250.
He's on
he's in
no, he's not.
200s.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going. I'm going.
I just want to say, I know obviously it wasn't. He couldn't do that much, but world's most expensive defender. You need to do not buy Jadon Sancho. Spend that 100+ million and buy defenders.
Oh no! Well, apparently, according to the Mirror, we're bidding 75 million plus 15 million add-ons for Sancho, despite the fact United have literally already had a 90 million and 18 add-ons bid turned down. Great reporting.
You don't need
That's the kind of thing you would find in the Sun.
You don't need
Yeah, it's
centre.
like
You
say
need
to spend money and stuff though, but like the centre, like you can't say you've not spent on centre backs. I mean, like that centre back partnership at the weekend
Well,
is
that's a
110 million quid.
That's 110 million quid. Yeah.
That's like you can't just say,
110
oh, we need
million.
to keep throwing money at it.
It's
Like
awful.
Like
The-
they were.
that right hand side of your team as well. Can I just say when I saw the team sheet and I was like, you've got Dan James, Timothy Fosu-Mensah, who I didn't even know still played for Man United.
Neither did I.
I mean, yeah, McTominay, who's not like horrendous, but I was looking at that right side. I was like, Jesus
Oh yeah, that
Christ.
image of like the right side, it's like
Yeah.
Lindelof,
Yeah, I was like,
Fosu-Mensah, Scott's okay, and then Don James. Like that's not a Man United right hand side. It shouldn't be.
that's like if someone said to me who's right hand side, is that I'd be more inclined to say, yeah, that's probably Palace's right hand side. You know,
Like so the defense was just at times not they just looked all over the gaff.
Zaha in the second half had a loss of fun.
Yeah, Zaha was taking the piss. And what I don't get is this media narrative that they're trying to bring of his return to Old Trafford. He left 6 years ago.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
They were
We didn't just sell him.
Yeah, the commentators were like, "It's a happy return to Old Trafford for Zaha." And I was like,
He fucking played last year when they beat us
"Yeah."
at Old Trafford as well.
I was
he's
just
been back about 17 times.
Like, I know.
it was an odd. And then and Greg, as you said about it, the only positive that I'm reading is people go, "Oh, Donny van de Beek scored." I was like, "Okay, cool, well done." He scored.
It's not just these. He just when he came on, like I was watching him because obviously the game was gone at that point, and I was just trying to say what sort of what he was like and see if what I'd seen of him was kind of like what I should expect. A lot of good movement, filling in pockets of space in the attacking areas, trying to make things happen, but like the play was so slow at that point.
Yeah.
He's trying to like get it going, and like no one else is even
I thought it was odd. I mean, obviously it would have meant reshuffle even more, but he dropped Fernandes into the holding.
Oh no, he didn't drop him in the holding. No, Bruno decided to play. We'll call it right defensive midfielder, but I'm almost certain it was right back.
Yeah, I didn't really know where he was because he was standing next to McTominay, and then just before Zaha's goal, I'm pretty sure he was standing next to Lindelof, and I was like, "Where are you? I thought you were brought in to assist some goals, not try and."
Like I can talk about individual performances all I want. I can say all that, but the truth of the matter is, Ollie got it completely wrong.
Yeah.
He got it as it went as wrong as it could go.
I mean, if you're starting Timothy Fosu-Mensah and Dan James, I think you've got to know that it's going to go wrong.
You shouldn't have started Timbo. I still don't understand why Shaw plays, but that's his choice. Fair enough. He shouldn't have started Scott because it's not a game for Scott because we're going to have the ball, and we did. We had 78% possession. So Scott doesn't. He's not a player that you play when you're going to dominate possession. That's when you play Matic. And don't even get me started on the fact that you play Pogba, who's literally just recovered from COVID, and you could tell that there's games where he's not great. I get that, but you could tell.
Yeah.
He was gassed after about 10 minutes.
Who would you have at left back? Brandon Williams.
Yeah, he may be a walking yellow card, but he's better than Shaw.
Yeah, true. True.
And then, I would have played Van de Beek instead of Pogba because Pogba just was not ready yet. And people were saying, well, Van de Beek didn't have a pre-season. Van de Beek played for Holland last week. And Pogba didn't even play for France.
Van de Beek played in every Ajax friendly.
Yeah, that as well. And he's been training with Ajax. Pogba had fucking COVID.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure Van de Beek scored in Ajax's last friendly or something.
I can't be bothered with his whole thing at the minute of but so and so's not had a pre-season. Well, I'm not being funny.
Yeah, I don't get that.
No one's had a pre-season.
Yeah.
No one's had a proper pre-season this year. It doesn't exist. No one's had it.
Yeah, and
so
Rashford and Martial were non-existent.
Well, Rashford's not been good since lockdown, really.
Yeah.
But I suppose, as of the time of recording this, obviously he scored 2 nights ago against Luton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Luton.
But I think just for him, it'll be more of a mental thing for him just to get off the mark this season.
Yeah.
Just to get going. And he looked sluggish I don't understand why Dan James played. I don't. Once again, not a game for him to play. That these Palace are going to sit back. They're going to soak up the pressure and hit the counter attack. You don't play Dan James where you're going to control the game. You play him when you're away to Man City. The same as Scott. You play these guys when you have to soak up pressure and attack quickly and get up the pitch quickly when you can. So you play Mason in this game. I don't understand why you don't. And I get the whole England thing and the whole laughing gas thing, which by the way was actually a lot longer ago than people actually think it was.
Your club have just gone, oh, he's done this, we're not going to play him. We played Foden and he scored.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. It was honestly, in your honest review, when Liverpool and Man City come to Old Trafford, if you play like that, what do you think the score will be?
Oh, if we play like that, I'll go with Greg first, because that was the last point I was going to make. They were a lot more aggressive. They were a lot more quicker to first and second balls. They were pressing better than us. They were stronger in the tackle, and that's Liverpool's MO. And if we play like that against them, we're going to get beat by 5-0. They're going to hit us by 5 if we play anything like that again. And the thing is, I know we can be like that in getting to the challenge, being hard in the tackle, and because we did it against Liverpool last season. That's the only reason that we looked like we were going to win that game.
You did it against us when you beat us 2-0.
Yeah, I don't know why these guys do this all the time. They just there's these games that they just don't look interested. They don't.
Do you think there's a feeling of entitlement sometimes around, obviously United are this massive, global club, and it's almost like you play for Man United. There's almost like this thing of when you're playing your types of your Palaces and stuff like that the players just think, well, yeah, this will be a walk in the park, compared to playing the likes of Liverpool and Man City, where you can tell there's the extra effort and you make it a lot harder for both of us. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't say that about the current. I would say the previous squads, yes. Like Mourinho's squads, yes. Van Gaal's first year, I would say. I got that vibe because in those teams, there was a lot of... Yes, there was a lot of leaders in those teams, but there was also a lot of alpha personalities in those teams. Like Mourinho, who'd you have? You had, well, first of all, him, Lukaku, Pogba, Alexis, Martial, who's got an ego, you know what I mean? De Gea. There's so much going on. And I think those players took it for granted. Whereas last season, I said this last season, it's the most likeable United team I've watched in a long time. I actually like the team. There's no one, at that point I did. I like the fact that they played for the badge. I like the fact that they would run themselves into the ground for him. And I don't even want to use the excuse of all the same team played the whole run in the last season, but because that doesn't matter, it's a new season. And this is the one thing I didn't want to happen of where we pushed so hard to get third that we've completely ruined the whole season for us now, because if we're not fit now, I mean, we're never really going to be. And we've got Champions League, and we've recruited the least amount of players in the whole Premier League.
Yeah.
Question that I've been asking a few people: if you had the choice now, looking at it this early on, and you had the choice between staying with Ole or hiring someone else, and the name that gets thrown around a lot at the minute is Poch, what would you want to happen?
It's the first time we've obviously Ollie's lost and stuff as manager. Saturday was the first time I looked at it and went, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I don't. Maybe it might have just been new season, feeling hopeful, and then it just being so flat. It was the first time I thought if we had Poch, we have won this 4-1. That kind of, because that's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
Beating up on the little teams. Where Poch falls down is the big games, but that's all he's thing. He wins the bigger games, so it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
But what the whole issue, my issues with Man United though, they're not squad based. Yeah, we could, the players could, run a bit harder, whatever. Pogba could not play shit a lot of the time as he does. But my issues are with like every fan is, it's the way the club's run, the amount of money that's taken out of it. And I seen something the other day about how Man United go into their meetings and they try and make out that Igalo was such a good signing in January because it was the most tweeted about thing that month. That's what United see as successful. The reason that Pogba's transfer was dragged out a lot longer than the deal had been agreed for was because they wanted a continuous social media presence, and they see that as success. No, buy players, pay money to get the players that will win you stuff, which will make you more money, make you worth more. That's how it works. Like, if Man City had all this money and just signed players here and there or whatever, they wouldn't be worth what they are now. They'd have the billionaire owners, but the club itself wouldn't be worth that much.
Yeah.
You have to do that to be, and I hate saying it because it is what it is now. You have to do that to build a brand. You have to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
And they're not spending money at all. And it is just a brand now because I know the biggest thing that annoys me, our badge doesn't even have football club on it. That vexes me because that's what we are. But
the thing is, though, it's not even a case of like having to spend big money. I don't think it's a case of that either.
Right money. Get people who know what they're looking at.
It's also being smart with it, though. I mean, you look at like Liverpool. Like we've for some reason not had much money to spend this summer yet. We still recruited Thiago, who for this year we're only spending 5 million on, and Jota, who he's going to be 40 million, but this year's only 4 million. So that's 9 million that we spent on them two signings this year.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's just been smart about it. But Ed Woodward
Michael Edwards is his name that does yours.
Yeah, Michael Edwards, mate.
Yeah,
absolute hero.
His negotiation skills seem to be amazing.
Yeah.
Edward, we tried to play this game of, oh no, we're not going to give them what they want. We're not going to give them what they want. 5 minutes before transfer window ends, okay, we'll give them what we want. Now the player is in a new club straight away, doesn't really know anyone. Right. In the case of Sancho, we'll know Rashford, Lingard, or whatever. But like, if it was Van de Beek, for instance, but we don't do it. We know the money's there.
Yeah.
The money, how can you? Porto want 20 million for Alex Tellez. We've offered 18 and are refusing to go higher. It's 2 million quid. You're worth as a club about £4 billion.
And I was thinking, even I saw that, and I was thinking, even with COVID and no fans, with merch sales and everything, you will make that. And
alternatively, you could start a GoFundMe.
Honestly, I don't understand
he thinks he's earned the right to be able to negotiate the way he does, and he hasn't, because he hasn't ever gotten a bar. Name one player other than Bruno who you could look at in the last 7 years and say that's good, and say United got them for a bargain. Who? Think about it. Since Sir Alex left and David Gill left, who have United got that you would say, oh yeah, that was a bargain?
No one.
I mean, the only one I could argue maybe would be Ibra on a free, but obviously that was still an age thing, and he was only there for one season. No, but
he said he wants to be in the Prem, and he wouldn't.
Yeah,
he said himself.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's literally the only other one I can think of. But even that, it's not exactly a long term. It was a risk.
Think of it as a transfer fee, though. The only one I would even sniff at would maybe be under Herrera. Maybe.
He's done more, for me, he's done more at PSG than he did at United.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's won more already.
Yeah. They won the league to start with.
Oh, yeah.
Players have their transfer fee. Tellez, 20 million.
Yeah.
But Tellez, I know he's the Portuguese league, but he is a good player.
Yeah.
And you look at your two left backs, and your club are still going, no, we want to keep some money. And if that drags out, the transfer window will end, and you'll be stuck with Luke Shaw, and Brandon Williams.
The thing is, this is where Liverpool are different, because if this was happening, and we had a club at the start of the season. Obviously, we've got Samikas now, but we were after what's his name from Norwich? What's his bloody name? You know, who's sorry?
Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal Lewis. Sorry, yeah. So obviously they wanted 20 million for him, and we were saying we'll give you 12. They wouldn't budge.
Yeah.
So then in the end, we're just like, all right, well, if you're not going to move, we'll just go for someone else. We've always got more players that are in the list that will fit our team.
It's like United.
But it seems like United don't have that. It's almost like you're our target, and then the teams stick to their asking price because they know eventually you'll just give in. And you're becoming almost a victim of your own way of dealing with transfers.
This is the thing.
Every club knows you'll give in. So they don't have to budge.
We do have lists. I know we have lists, and I know we have like multiple targets. But the issue is, like, if we don't get Sancho, for instance, the next guy down is Sarr from Watford. Like, the jump is huge.
I mean, he did score 2 against Liverpool.
They both play in yellow.
I mean, yeah, so did Gallo. But, like, you know, I love the guy, but even still, like, there's no... You haven't earned the right to say, oh, I'm going to get Bards. We still owe, and I've said this on podcasts before, and I've said it to you both before, we still owe £250 million in transfers. 250 million. We owe 2 clubs.
Yeah.
We're in £700 million of debt. And since 2005, the owners have taken £1 billion out of the club. We're a mess. We're a mess.
We could go on and on. But I'm going to have to move us along because we'll get into a Man United club dive, which I feel, excuse me, is coming on. And I feel like that may be our next big podcast because Jack seems to have a lot to say.
It'd be so good, Wade. Me and you can literally just introduce a podcast, sit back for an hour and a half, and Jack will just take away.
I'm going to have spreadsheets.
I think it'll be our most in-depth podcast because I'll just have the editing with it, right, spreadsheet number 1 and right. Anyway, we'll move on to Monday Night Football. Aston Villa, Sheffield United. Either of you see it?
No, I was at the cinema at the time. I was watching Tenet, which is the most confusing film I've ever seen in my life.
It's such a great film.
I know it was great, but I came out of it and I was just I was just like, I don't actually know what's happened. I was so
Jack,
confused.
did you see it?
No, I was at work, mate.
Fair enough. I will.
And then it's a football training, so I haven't seen either game.
Highlights? No. So Egan got sent off in the 12th minute. Long ball, Tyrone Mings pinged a long ball up, and him and Ollie Watkins were running for it, and he was pulling him back, pulling the shirt, and Watkins was pulling his shirt, and then because they were slowing each other down, Ramsdale was able to get to the ball. If he hadn't pulled him back, Ollie Watkins would have beaten Ramsdale to it, and obviously then he would have touched around him and had an open goal. So the ref then straight was it a yellow? No, I believe it was literally just... Oh, yeah, it was a straight red because I was like, how are you giving Christensen a yellow? And then straight red. Watkins didn't go down, which is why I was like, why is it straight red? But I saw it again and it was a red. And then after that, Sheffield United still held on because they are very strong defensively. And then eventually... From a corner, Tyrone Mings flicked it on, and then the centre-back partner just headed it in, and Villa held on.
Did Sheffield United not miss a penalty as well?
Did they miss a penalty?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Martinez. It wasn't missed. It was saved by Martinez.
Yeah.
It was a great save. And I'm still baffled by Arsenal sold Martinez because it's just like. He did so well for you when Leno was injured. Just keep
he wanted first in football, didn't he?
Yeah, true. But
it's showing early on though. Sheffield United. I know it's only 2 games in, but like we said on the preview, I think they're definitely going to struggle more this year. And
they still had that. Oh, we're going to counter you, but Aston Villa were like, okay, try and counter.
Aston Villa have obviously they've gotten a bit, more solid since
Yeah.
obviously we did our predictions. You know, Grealish new contract. Ollie Watkins seems to be the focal point that they needed.
Yes.
Martinez in that.
I mean, he hasn't scored, but he's
But
done so much.
they seem to be a lot more creative attacking wise that
And
he's there.
Grealish, what I saw, Grealish, Watkins, and McGinn playing off each other. Those three.
John McGinn's back as well, exactly,
Yeah.
and then
And their
obviously
fullbacks
Martinez as well. That's the big one because he is like, yeah, you can meme him all you want. We played 7 games in 7 years for Arsenal before he was playing or whatever, but like, he's good. He is very good.
He's very good.
Like, Chelsea should have signed him. For me, like, Chelsea should have signed him.
He's better than Kepa.
Yeah,
Oh, come on. Nah, don't be harsh.
What's up?
He is. He's better than
He's
Kepa.
better than
I know, I'm taking. I was being sarcastic, by the way. Of course he is. Anyone's better than Kepa. Get me in there.
I would go as far to say he's probably a top 10 keeper in the league.
Oh,
And he was a
I
backup.
think so. I will take him at. I know it probably would be a backup to Edison, but I will happily take. Our backup is Scott Carson.
No, it's not. It's not. You had the American geezer playing tonight. What's his name? You had the American guy now.
Yeah, our
Tim Hart?
official, our official on like the list backup is Scott Carson.
Is it?
Yeah.
Isn't he like 78 now?
He's 38.
Close enough.
Leading on to City, 3-1 against Wolves.
Yeah.
I mean, in the first half hour was. Well, I was watching with my dad. My dad's a Wolves fan, and I was just like, Wolves. It was like Wolves wanted us to score. They just kept giving us the ball. Traore was just like, here you go, I'm clearing it to you. Oh,
Yeah, he had a poor game.
he did. De Bruyne was fantastic. I thought.
Standard.
Wow, shocker.
I thought Foden did very, very well as well.
I still can't commit to saying that he is what gonna be.
Oh,
what they think he is. Like, I still can't commit to it.
I'm not saying anything, and I thought
I've committed to it. I've got him in my fantasy team. Wildcard played.
I thought Gabriel Jesus did very well when he got his goal in the end. I mean,
But
if
he does though. He scores for you when he gets playing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you would do if you got 10 chances a game.
Yeah.
This was the issue I used to have with Raheem Sterling. Yes, of course, he's getting 15 Premier League goals. He's had about 75 chances.
Yeah. All I would say on City was, obviously, I was disappointed that we conceded, but we slacked off a bit, and if Podence knew how to kick a football properly, he would have probably had a hat-trick.
Oh, no, there was a period in the second half, like a 10-minute period between like the 55th minute and the 65th minute. They were battering you. Yeah, they should have scored so many more goals.
Podence did his turn and shoot, was just missed. Chipped Edison, just missed. And then Jimenez let the ball roll past him, and he shot, and it went wide. And all three of them, he took a touch and then shot wide. All three of them on another day probably go in. But Wolves, apart from that little bit, didn't really do much, and I was actually quite happy because I did get a bit scared when they. And I was surprised that Stones and Ake actually did all right together.
They were quite good actually.
Ake I thought would be all right. Stones I was worried about, but I thought he did all right.
Is Laporte still injured?
He had COVID.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Him and Mahrez had COVID.
Apparently, there's like 3 people in the Etihad that work in it. I got an email about it today.
There was a period of time when Traore was doing, like, Wolves were being better. Traore was dominating Mendy like he did last time, and that's when I got a bit worried. But we got the points.
Who have you got next week?
We got Leicester.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who have you got, Jack?
Away to Brighton.
Yeah, but I would have been worried about that before today, but now it's a Brighton without Dale Stevens, so you'll be fine.
No, I think we'll be okay.
We've got Arsenal.
Oh, big game.
We beat Bournemouth 2-1. Man City beat Bournemouth 2-1.
Oh, yeah, in the Carabao Cup tonight, yeah.
Liam Delap scored a debut stunner, apparently.
Rory
can't believe it's Rory Delap's son.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it's actually him.
And Phil
He's
Foden
like
scored
a cult
again.
hero with his long throws. Fucking Rory Delap fucking pointed them in like that.
Phil Foden scored again.
Baller. Fantasy team. Oh yeah. So here we go. I've played my wild card, boys. Ready for this? Ready for some spicy transfers?
Let's not talk about fantasy team. I dropped from 3rd to 9th this week.
Oh no, I had a stinker. That's why I played my wild card.
Everyone apart from us three smashed it.
Oh,
and then
100%.
us three, I was just like, well, we're crap, aren't we?
The three with the football podcast.
Yeah. I was thinking if the league was just us three, nothing would have happened to the league because there's so many people. L went from 9th, he got 75 points, just shot it. I was like, all right, calm down.
Suppose if anyone captained Kane or Son,
yeah. Well, someone.
I just love the fact that it was a record-breaking weekend in terms of goals scored, and all three of us have managed to avoid every single one of them. So well done, boys. We've done really well there. Nice one.
Greg, I don't know whether you.
Add Hamas.
And you still got.
That was
it. Still got. Yeah, Greg, I don't know whether you saw. You probably did. But Liverpool won 7-2.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I didn't watch the game, but yeah, I saw Minamino too.
Right, quickly.
Curtis Jones too.
Quickly, Greg, tell us about your wild card, and then we'll sign off.
Spicy. I've got Chelsea's new keeper Mendy in next. He's going to get thrown straight in the deep end. They've got West Brom away, but I think he'll
as your main keeper.
Yep, I'm going spicy, mate. Balls deep.
Okay.
Back three. I've got Alexander Arnold. I've gone pretty shit on defence because I'm boosting it up front, but I've got Concert and Justin. Yeah, no, apart from him, it's Concert and Justin who we'll leave that. Midfield, spicy season. Mane, Foden, De Bruyne and James, right? We're going for it. Up front, Harry Kane, Calvert-Lewin and Bamford.
Are you going to play? You can't play two at once. It will be so funny if Liverpool concede loads now. Mendy doesn't start. De Bruyne and Foden just pass the ball, don't do anything. Mane gets sent off. Bamford doesn't score. Kane gets injured. Calvert-Lewin's dropped.
Brilliant. Right, well, if that happens, I'm just going to say I'm going to quit fantasy football. That's it. I'm done.
I don't pick silly players because Pep does this thing where he just rotates because he feels like he can because he's the biggest ego in world football.
I understand that. My thing with it though was De Bruyne will always start, and even if Foden doesn't, he was only 6.5 mil, and if he plays, then
you think he'll always start. This is a rookie mistake you're making.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
Nah. De Bruyne will.
De
Bruyne.
He will start. He'll start against Leicester.
No, he'll probably start against Leicester. But you see, when we're just in the middle of the season and they're home to Leeds, just be prepared. That's all I'm saying. Just always be prepared for him not to play.
That's fine.
And then come off the bench for 10 minutes.
My first substitute is up and coming best right back in the league, Lamptey from Leicester. What a beautiful player.
Well, I mean, he plays for Brighton. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I believe that's everything. I feel like because of that massive tangent we went on, Manchester United Club Dive will be coming soon.
Yes,
you know else be coming soon.
Greg for
150 point game week for my fantasy team.
Wait, just end it now. I'm disgusted.
Right, well,
he was drinking non-alcoholic IPA the other day as well. I don't care what he says.
That wasn't me. That was Billy. That wasn't me. The best part was he paid $3.50 for that and was like, "This is a really cheap drink," and it was alcohol free.
Our predictions will be up on the Twitter before the first.
Yeah, I'm trying to not have a stinker this week.
Yeah. The points, boys. Just before we go, I don't think I've told you the big points because of the massive goal scoring and how awful we were. 3rd place, Jack with 5. 2nd place with 7 is me, and Greg, you're on 8.
Come on.
Yes.
Can I just say, I'm surprised we did so badly because, normally we do badly for the opposite reason. We predict too many goals, and then there's barely any. And this week we still predicted a lot of goals, and then every team was like, fuck it, we'll have 7 in every game.
This is my thing now for the predictions. I'm like, do I go really high because of that? I have stinker. I don't.
Mate, when your United game kicked off, there had been 14 goals and only 2 matches played.
Yeah.
That was more goals, I think, than I predicted in all of mine.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
I'm actually serious. I think I predicted less goals than there were in the first 2 games.
Anyway,
Mad.
we will
Harler.
call it there. This will be up before. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying, but it'll be up before. People are hearing this. We'll be hearing it before Saturday, before the Saturday game.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you all for listening.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
All the best.